Live look from the Peace Bridge. This is heading from Canada into Buffalo, New York. The federal government failing to reach a deal this morning with the Border Services Agency, and now about 9,000 border agents are beginning job action across the country. The government had until 6 a.m. to renegotiate a new contract addressing better protection for staff and a toxic workplace culture. Travelers should now expect long lineups and lengthy delays at border crossings and at airports. There will also be delays at shipping ports and postal facilities, which will have a major impact on businesses. The strike comes just 3 days before fully vaccinated Americans are allowed to enter Canada without having to quarantine. With me now is Mark Agnew. He's the Senior Vice President of Policy and International Trade Expert at the Canadian Chamber of Commerce. Mark, hello to you. Glad you could be with us. Are you surprised that it's come to this, that we're seeing this job action on this Friday morning?
Well, I'm not too sure about, surprised or not, because I'm not in the negotiating room, but certainly we're quite frustrated that it's gotten to this point. We had seen the messaging from the union earlier this week that there would be, delays to be expected. And although I think the stat is about 90% of the border officers are deemed essential, we're effectively entering what you might otherwise call a work to rule phase. And as you pointed out a moment ago, we're likely going to be seeing delays and backlogs at points of entry.
Can you clarify, expand on what a definition of essential workers means and how this could affect people, including obviously businesses?
Well, I think the essential worker designation is probably best described as they can't formally walk off the job, but even if they're on the job, it doesn't necessarily mean that things are flowing as they should be under non-strike circumstances. And because the traffic isn't going to be flowing at its normal pace, that's why we will be seeing the backlogs. Although, there are certain, processes and mechanisms for cargo to, have sort of an automation, if you will, that'll get that to go through. There are roles that border officers play, perhaps on saying a secondary inspection on a cargo truck. And so if there's a delay there, then you could see trucks getting backed up. Where I think we'll probably see an even bigger impact is passengers. Passengers, generally speaking, have to talk to border officers, whether you're a Canadian or a foreign national. And on Monday, August 9th, when fully vaccinated Americans can come into the country, we're going to have even more people at points of entry that are trying to get into Canada. So having a work to rule action and seeing those flows being delayed is not a good thing to have, even at the best of times, let alone now.
Do you think this could be resolved by Monday?
I'm not in the negotiating room, so I don't know. I'm hoping it could be resolved over the weekend, certainly before Monday, given that we are expecting more travelers to come through. And what I should say is really important with the travelers is because of COVID and because of the need to perhaps verify quarantine plans or medical records, people are also spending more time with the border officer when they show up at a point of entry. So you're taking a normal situation and adding on even further delays to the process.
Mark, thank you very much for speaking with us today. Mark Agnew is the Senior Vice President of Policy and International Trade at the Canadian Chamber of Commerce.